Steve Kerr told our Jared Greenberg that Andre Iguodala is out for Game 2. Klay Thompson still considered probable despite that high ankle sprain. But you know what? You look around Northern California, the sun is shining. It seems like a pretty good weekend. Time for a look at the shot chart presented by Kaiser Permanente. Kevin Durant, 8 of 22 in Game 1. 1 of 7 from three-point range. He hasn't shot the ball particularly well from three-point range throughout the postseason, but look at the isolation possessions in the Western Conference Finals with all that switching. 11 per game on average. He had a couple that were much more than that, in fact. 8 in Game 1. How do you like the balance you saw out of KD?
Well, KD is a great one-on-one player. Probably had more opportunities, as you said, in the Western Conference Finals. But last year was sensational, MVP of the Finals. But he's just been a little bit out of sorts here as of late. Got a matchup that he wants, a smaller J.R. Smith, no help, 2 dribbles, but kind of bails out for a tough shot. That's a shot you maybe take when you've got a rhythm going. He never really got a rhythm. And then right here, Kevin Love, a mismatch, doesn't make the right read, gets pushed out to the three-point line, one-on-one with LeBron James, and just bails out with a tough shot. He was making those shots in those plays last year against LeBron. This year he struggles. Pushed out once again to the three-point line, forces a switch. Now he has the matchup he wants, Kevin Love, and he kind of bails him out here. I know it was a low shot clock, a tough shot. So nothing was easy. He didn't look he looked out of sorts. And sometimes you gotta be a little bit more aggressive, get to the line, be a little bit more creative when things are struggling. But they're going to need him. You know, Klay Thompson, the uncertainty. You know, your legs are so important to your shot. You can't rely on him necessarily. Steph's been consistent, but Durant has to play better. And he just hasn't been able to seize those opportunities when they come, and they rely on him and his ability to make shots. He just hasn't done that consistently, you know, obviously throughout the playoffs, most importantly in Game 1.
Grant, I think it's difficult to resist the mismatch that he has every time down court. So you're seduced into going to it, right? Because he does have a mismatch, and we're so used to seeing him dominate when he has a mismatch. And I think the size bothered him the last game in terms of Jeff Green, LeBron James, and even Kevin Love to a certain extent when he guarded him every now and then. He tried to take him off the dribble. When he tried to take people off the dribble, we saw them bring in the second defender. And when they brought the second defender, they forced him into being a passer, which made him take some tough shots because he wasn't looking to pass the ball. So I think he's gone back, watched the film, and the good thing we know about Kevin Durant is that he'll watch film, he'll make the adjustment because he still is the best scorer in the game.
Well, and he had 6 assists. He's adapted to this style of play since last season and kind of learned on the fly the Warrior way of moving the ball when the play calls for it.
For me, you know, watching him, he is the ultimate of controllable errors. All the errors that he makes are controllable. It's not something he can't do. It's just that he didn't do it last time. He chose not to do it. So all he has to do is make better decisions. He doesn't have to change his game. He's going to shoot the ball. He's got an advantage every single time. So when he walks into any building, he can wear the same sweatsuit every night because he is the best scorer in the basketball. So he doesn't have to worry about anything because he knows every night he has the advantage. It's just he has to make better decisions himself. There's nothing the defense is going to do that's going to dictate what he wants to do.
It really speaks to just how talented this team is. He had the best plus-minus of any player on the floor, plus 17. He had 26 in the game, and we're kind of nitpicking. He wasn't great. By his standards,
he wasn't efficient. Yeah. He was 26 points, but he wasn't efficient.
And most of that is the three-point shooting.
He could be efficient based on his decisions. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah. It's nothing that the defense really pushed him to do. Like Grant said, he said, well, he's got Kevin Love on him, and he bailed him out. And he knows that. He said, you know what, next time Kevin Love, I'm going to take him 2 dribbles in and put over him. So he could change that. Kevin Love can't say, okay, I'm going to do that to him again. That doesn't happen. It's all based on his mentality.
You know, it's interesting. The mentality is very rarely with Kevin Durant, okay, I need to go out and score 35 because of the team he plays on. And yet, you know, and Steve Kerr called him a safety valve here yesterday, that's an option virtually every time he takes the floor.
You know, he's a matchup nightmare every time he's on the court. I know I had to guard him, and he is just unbelievable. But
how was that?
No, I mean, it was interesting. I mean, I at the end of my career guarded LeBron, guarded Kobe, guarded, guys like Dwayne Wade, Carmelo, and great players. Look, great offense always trumps great defense, but you could do everything right defensively. You get in his space, you get in his feet, don't give him a lot of, guess right, contest a shot from deep. And because of his size and his ability to get the ball on, he didn't even see you, and so you had to have like selective memory. You just had to move on to the next play. But so I know what he's capable of. We all have seen it on display. But it's just even in the Houston series, he had a great game 1, then he kind of struggled there, games 4 and game 5, and obviously Houston is a great team. But when he's on and he's playing like we saw last year, the Warriors can't be beat. And I do think they were being physical, as what you said.
Yes.
You have to be physical with Kevin Durant. You saw on those post-ups, he's catching the ball at the three-point line.
Yeah.
So he's not a strong guy in the sense that he can get positioned down low. So if you can be physical, get in his space, you can make things difficult for him, as Cleveland did at times there in game 1.
And what the Rockets tried to do with P.J. Tucker getting up underneath him. We'll take a break here. More coming up here. Game Time live at the 2018 Finals.